Bear bear with me. So, I'm gonna check the live real quick. Can you hear me? Hear me? Testing, testing. So with that, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. We're going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone for teaching us truth time and time again, showing us being men of the Lord. The water, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. I'm my brother Thal Wan, who's starting off another lesson out here just on today. Like, I woke up and I got spiritually attacked by a demon. And so I was like, after we seeing all the lessons that we need to start fasting and praying more, so I just got into the spirit of coming out to do a lesson, a camp, because I don't have nothing to do with grow. Because when the Satan attacks you, you know you're doing something right. With that, let's just get it started, because there's a lot of things going on right now, a lot of things. But that's because the Lord said He was going to do it. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 18. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh. So the days come. And how will we know when the days are come? He said He was going to show forth prophecies, which we don't get. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 2. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest parts of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand. That's how you're going to understand. You're going to start seeing prophecies coming out. Just like one of the elder brothers said, it's a purge might happen on election year, because look what it's going. They're having all those laws that happen in Chicago, taking that unless you're like murdering someone that you can't, they're letting you out of jail. They're about to start letting people that even have violent crimes out of jail. So what is going to happen is bringing all these prophecies together. You're seeing earthquakes, diverse places, war talk. It's and in the Ukraine and in Estonia, they were saying that they had sites of zombies, just like back in World War II. And they said, you ever seen those Nazi zombie gangs? That's because they had that technology and they were using it during the war. So back in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, and I'm going to go back to the 9. And behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. Why is He visiting it? Why is He visiting the people that are beginning to? Why not? I'm going to check. Shalom. Why is He visiting these people? Because they have been exceedingly proud. They have been doing certain things that are completely wicked. They have been killing our people from time to time. Everyone is now an LGBT, whatever the number, whatever letter they're putting together, people. Look at, that's why the Lord is coming to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. And I will begin to make inquisition. What is that? So what is the Lord? He's the almighty judge. That's what He's having His people on the earth, because we're supposed to be judges. He said, a spiritual man judges all things. So the Lord is using His prophets to make inquisition with these people. And if you look up that word, I'm going to look it up for you. Yeah, God.
Revelations 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
So look at, He said the Lord didn't tell nobody He's coming. He's coming at a thief in the night. So if He's making inquisition, He's studying people, showing what's happening, then seeing who's being wicked, who's being, because everyone's going to have to go through the judgment seat. We're going to get that too in Ecclesiastes. But can you read it over again?
Revelations 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
So keeping the garment, and it's not saying Wherever we're going, we have fringes on. It's that spiritual garment, this truth, this word, the right doctrine, but always being walking circumspectly. You see what's happening now, all these spies and agents, now you're seeing fights during the camps. You're seeing, well, not the carnal camps, the IU, whatever the name is, and fucking IUIC. They're having all that thing. So we have to keep our garment, that spiritual garment, and keep watch. Because how are we going to know if we're coming? That's what the Lord said, watchmen. Let me grab it real quick. Isaiah chapter 62. Bear with me. Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6. I have set up watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. And who are those watchmen? Those are the prophets. Starting from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, even before that, from the elders from the One West camp, all the way starting up from Abu Bivens, who's going to bring us back to our fathers. But he has set up watchmen who will never hold their peace, day nor night. But I have set up watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. So no matter what time of the day, I stayed up super late last night, and lessons were still going out. New lessons, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Brothers always going in live. Brothers, powerful. Let me just check the calendar quick. Shalom, Yahbashim Yashab Brakatah. Shalom, King. They'll never hold his peace, day nor night. Day nor night. So no matter what time of the day, the Lord also had to enter that unicorn. Psalms the 19th chapter to also help do all the heavy lifting. So now you don't have to travel place to place all this time. Now you can just put lessons on these epistles, video epistles, and all the prophets are on the earth. Majority of them, because some of them are in the spirit land, but a lot of prophets are out teaching the truth, like the brother in the comment board from Texas, going hard. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. Why does the Lord don't want us to keep silence? Because is Jerusalem a praise on the earth? Let me grab that. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 2. Lift up a banner upon the high mountain and exalt thy voice upon them. Shake thy hand. And when you say that, that's rebuking. So he said, lift the banner. And what is that banner? This is this truth, the Bible, which the Lord put us and gave it to the prophets. He revealed the secrets unto the prophets, and we're supposed to lift it up, these watchmen, and shake thy hand, rebuking them, that they may go into the gates of the noble. So we're supposed to be waking up our people. We're also preaching to these people, these heathen, that their judgment. And that's what we're going to get into today. We're back in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse. I left off at 19, started over, and I will begin to make inquisition of them. So if you look up that word inquisition, it is. We'll look up the etymology of inquisition. Inquisition, it means to search, examine, to examine from the verb, which means a judicial investigation. So the judges are the Lord is making he's judging this earth, and he's seeing and investigating getting forth is lawyers, which is the true lawyer to us is Yahweh Shai, but then we have like little paralegals, the prophet, getting information, researching, seeing what's happening, and he doesn't like what he sees. He sees wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. Well, I'm going to start at 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring upon plagues upon the world, and the sword, and famine, and death, and destruction. So after he made inquisition, he sees that this place is completely wicked. So that's why he's going to bring forth it. And why? For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hopeful works are fulfilled. So look what's going on. Now you can do it. All these like Target. Now it's what's that company? Nordstrom's? No, it's not Nordstrom's. It's another company that just went out that's showing these LGBT, whatever the name, children clothing. And if you look it up and you try to search it, they fact check you. I know it's for adults. But if you go in the store, you can clearly see that these are onesies, age 0 to 1T, or how they put the ages. So wickedness has exceedingly polluted the entire earth. Everything's wicked. Everyone is, every thought of them is of wickedness, other than the prophets, elders and apostles. So back in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. So what they will be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. So the judgment has almost for our people that what we have went into the chattel slavery and are now doing these curses, going into a captivity, all these things, it's almost over. And now, after that has been going, now the Lord is going to take his time with destroying the 2/3 of our people and judging you nations to do what the Lord has promised to us, which is putting you guys in slavery. And we'll begin to make, verse 20, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And how was it open? Because it was sealed. And that's why John was crying in Revelations. But Yahweh Shai, he has put the Spirit on the earth as after he came, and now it's this time that he has opened the seals of the book. And those tokens, which we're going to go back to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. And those tokens are these prophecies. So the Lord said that it was going to be a falling away first. That it was going to be, that our people were going to go into slavery, that our people were going to forget who they are, that certain prophecies were going to happen, that Esau was going to have to go to the height of his pride. He was going to have to go and shoot up to the stars. And when he did that, that's when our elders became, Abba-Bibbins, that's when he started coming around, and that's when the fall of Esau, Edom's kingdom. And verse 2, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 2, and this thou shalt understand that it is the very same time, whereas the highest will begin to visit the world which he hath made. And that's when he is surely visiting. So you can't go a day without seeing judgment and judgment all around the earth. And that's what the Lord will put forth. His people killing their children, his people doing all that stuff. And that these are tokens. This is how we know that stuff is happening. Even Yahweh Shai said. Let me grab something. Because these prophecies, he said, how will we know? Because when the apostles back in the day with Yahweh Shai, they asked, when is it? When is the kingdom going to come? And I'm gonna start up at the top. No, I'm gonna start at verse 5. Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. So now you're seeing, it was just an interview with the Secretary of South America, South Africa, which is, I believe, is a part of BRICS, I believe. But they're also a part of this organization for crime. So, and they just are the allies of our United States just made Putin a war criminal, saying that he laws against humanity are not humanity of peace. So they said if when he comes, because he's supposed to go to Africa this coming year, they said if he goes, are you going to arrest him? And he said, why would we arrest him? What about all the crimes you have did, United States? And then also the Ukrainian war, also as what's happening in the Middle East with all that, with those Amalekites, all that stuff is happening. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. All of it must become to pass. When you seek diligently the things that measure the time diligently of itself, and the signs pass. So now we're seeing it. So now we're getting excited, as this is what Yahushua was saying, that we were going to see that come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine, pestilence. So what's happening? Right now, they said farmers in the United States have to call about 20,000 cows. 20,000 cows. And if you know what a cow is you have to kill them. And usually when you call an animal, you put it's sick. So you have to either give it to animals, or you have to give it to things that make certain things. Like if it was pork, then they call it and get all the skin off and make footballs. Shalom, y'all. Bashim al Shah Brakatah. Shalom, King. Famines, and then also these train derailments. They said technically they're making it illegal to even grow your own food, which is utterly wicked. And so now this famine, you're starting to see that shortage in food, prices of food going up, things that you used to have back in the day, you don't have it. They also call shrinkflation. So you order something, you used to get a bag of chips and it'd be full. Now you can squeeze them, you can tell it's halfway full. And they're raising up prices. It used to be dollar menus. You don't no more dollar menus now. It's like, hey, it's $1, but you add 25 cents and then 80 cents of tax. That's what's inflation. We're getting less and less food. That's what the Lord said. That's another token that he was going to say. He was going to stretch out his hand against. Let me grab it. This is Ezekiel. I'm going to grab Ezekiel 14 and then I'm going to get what I was getting. This is Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 13. Son of man, when a land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, if you look up that word grievously, that means with complete unbelief that he exists, that grievously, like profane. And that's why the Lord said, with the scripture we started off, he was going to make inquisition, judicial examination. And he's seen that this land has trespassed against him. Made laws to worship him. They're in Facebook, just like that, say that content is hate speech. Trespass grievously, then I will stretch out my hand upon him. And that's his power. And hands his power upon it. And I will break the staff of bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off man and beast from it. So what's happening? So those 20,000 cows, he's like, oh, but they're the animals. So the Lord said he was going to stretch man and beast, everything, just as in Egypt, he stretched out his hand upon it. These are, so back in a second, oh no, I'm gonna grab it real quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Verse 4, verse 16. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 16. Moreover, said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of the bread in Jerusalem, and then shall they eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. So rationing. So these famines are going to get bad. This was talking in the day of when Ezekiel, when he was given it, it was talking about what he was going to do to the southern kingdom. But this is now going, it's nothing new under the sun. Have we not did it? And is he not judging our people again? So disqualifying it, but with bread, with care. So with care, that's meaning like every bite matters, that you're going to savor it. And then with astonishment. So back in the Matthew chapter 24, verse 7, and in pestilence. So now it's a new variant in China right now. They said 65 million people are getting affected every day. And remember what happened to the economy after the first time of 8 months of not working. If you understand how the economy works, for a ship, don't look up Google. For a ship that brings forth to get filled and get everything, it takes about 4 months for it to come from China or Taiwan all the way to the United States. That's what the logistics is. That's what they're expecting when you order something. So it takes about 4 months. So if it didn't work 8 months, you'd have 2 succession periods of quarters of like shipments of that thing. So that's why you're seeing all these shortages of like little stupid things. Like I used to work for a wood company, and if you didn't know, majority of all screws and especially car parts, you see these car part shortages. Well, Wuhan, China, that is the capital of cars. That's where all the parts for cars are made. Even American-made cars, they get their little tiny screws and parts from there. So when that happened and they're not working for 8 months, now if nothing's getting done, so now you're going to have more and more shortages. So that pestilence is like, it destroys the economics. It destroys it completely. An earthquake, and we all have seen and felt earthquakes. We're in California, and we're waiting for that massive. But that new variant in China, they're saying that it's going to be worse than the other one. And then it's also another disease that's going. Another disease that's going that is a fungal one that is pretty deadly. That's keeping a bunch of countries scared. And then right when they just released that, which it was already a video game, but what is it called? Last Stand. So they're setting up something, but that's what the Lord is saying, that it was all these things are going to happen in diverse places, and all these are the beginning of sorrow. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations. So this is so we seeing all this stuff coming. So be sure that we're going to get persecuted. We're going to start having situations that we're going to have to be. We're going to have to really, really be on point. So you're seeing all these fights and all these stuff. No, we have to walk circumspectly because we're in the time of the Lord making inquisition with this place, and the people are real guilty. Let me grab it. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 20. Behold, said the Lord, behold, God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me. So what does the Lord say he's going to call all? So when he comes and takes over this planet, he's going to call all the kings of the earth to reverence me. The Lord is not coming with love and peace. He's coming to conquer this planet. He made it and he does it. And he says that a righteous king is not in power. Everyone's destroying himself. Because look, this is 2 Ezra. You know, this is Sirach. Verse 10, starting at 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. So, is this place well ordered? Everyone is against each other. Satan is against Satan. We don't get that. And everyone's fighting. You can't go anywhere. You've seen what happened, the Bud Light ads, that they were shooting the things. They lost about a couple trillions of dollars. So it's not well ordered. Everything's confused. Look at the roads. This is a nice city we're in today, but these roads are still crap. And these roads are not even productive. As they said, the roads in Rome lasted longer, were better quality for your feet. We're in a concrete cave, and they didn't even do a great job. They're not even using real good concrete because they're putting other additives for no reason to just promote wickedness, like pork. Why are they putting pork in the concrete? What is it doing instead of making it just being wicked? This is how these people are. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. So now the judges, if it were well ordered, to look at what all the congressmen out here, what are they doing? They're all getting in trouble for child, trafficking, everything. Oh, shalom, y'all, bashim al shabrakatah. Child trafficking, stuff like that. Look at this was going on in Babylon the Great. Everything's just going to shit. So officers are well not ordered. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are the people that dwell in it. So they're coming down that these people, as the Lord made inquisition with all these people, that they're all through. Wickedness has exceedingly polluted the earth, and everything is just going bad. And that's why the Lord said he's going to make them bow, because as an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in the authority of the city shall it be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, and in due time he will set one that is profitable, and that is Yahweh Shai. So we're going back. So that precept, 2nd Ezra 15. Behold, say God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to leverage me, which are from the rising of the sun, and from the south, and from the east, and from Lebanon, and to turn themselves one against another, Lebanonus, to turn themselves once against another, to repay the things that they have done to them. So he said the controversy of Zion. So what have they did to us? Have they not put us in slavery? Have they not destroyed us continuously? Even the Lord said, this is a big one. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. This is what the Lord said, what they have did to our people, and so they just put it on themselves. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So they put us in captivity. The Lord put the spirit on them to have the power to even do it by giving us, and also because we sinned against the Lord. So the Lord judged us, and he put it, but they went too far. But the Lord put the spirit on you so he can judge you. Do you not what I just read? And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So what have they all did? We can go into a couple chapters. Amos, that goes off, but we're going to start off with this. This is Psalms chapter 83. I'm going to start at the top. Keep not silence, O God, and hold not thy peace, and be still, O God. So what is the Lord? This is in prayer, a song of Asaph praying like, Lord, because he's seen that we threw out here. We threw. And they're continuously. So these are prayers that we can use to see what's happening in the time now. Maccabees. Why is it not popping up on mine? I'm going to just read it from the Common Core there. This is a Heart of David, 144, the brother from Texas. What nation have not had a part in the kingdom and gotten her spoils? So what nation has not? All the nations have get together and started and took, like, look at, if you go through history and throughout everything that has happened through all the world empires, what one thing they have in common? All the world powers. They had Israel in captivity. From Egypt, they were a world power. Well, yep, they had us in captivity. To the Daniel's dreams, Babylon, the Assyrians, every single nation has took apart and tried to capture nation and took everything from Israel, which is our fault. But the Lord made it because he knew that we were going to be the kings of all the earth, and they were our servants. Salakia. This is Psalm chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. So all these nations actually hate the Lord. They hate order. They hate order. They hate the Lord. They've seen what the Lord has done to nations. They don't want to be under our people. They don't want to be in order. That's why the Lord, when he made inquisition and seeing that, let's see if they have power. Let's see what they will do. Look at how the earth is behaving now. They have took crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. So they all these secret councils, the Illuminati, the Bilderberg Corporation, these fucking summits. What do you think they're talking? The entire economy of all these heathen has to do with selling stuff to you, Jake, destroying you, Jake, with their entertainment. Everything has to destroy you, our people. They have took crafty counsel against thee and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Because they never wanted to get in order what they were supposed to be, which is slavery. Shalom, Yahbashim Al-Shah Brakatah. Shalom, kid. Cut off being a nation, that the name of Israel be made no more remembrance. So it was so bad that look at what Esau and them have did, that you didn't even know who Israel was. They called you black, they called you Mexican, they called you Jamaican.
Go ahead, finish. I got a precept. Okay. Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power, surely in the fire of my jealousy I have spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds, to cast it out for prey.
So look at, so you see that now they are saying that they're the chosen people. They're in there. A bastard has a club. Yahushua.
Allah Yahbashim Yahshai. Excuse me, brother. I'll read it again. Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power, surely in the fire of my jealousy.
The fire of his jealousy. So the Lord, what does he liken the children of Israel as? What does he liken? The beautiful, comely woman. That's his wife. And so when a man is jealous, anger burns for him. In the fire of the Lord, is destruction happens. That's why that thermonuclear destruction is happening to Babylon the Great.
Have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea?
Because that's the one that did the most wickedness. The top heathen was Esau, Edom. They went completely overboard and destroyed the entire planet.
Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
And they thought they completely, they never want to give it up. The wicked really thought their generations were going to continue forever. So they thought they could just have the land, take our identity, and then see hip everybody, and then they're going to live happy ever after as robot homosexuals that fucking live in the space. Like, I don't know what the fuck they thought. The Lord is going to destroy that. He's going to cast that shit down. Continuing in Psalms 83rd chapter, verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. So all of them, all you heathen have did it. And so Esau, Edom, we know they were the main culprits, and they were the face of their wickedness. I'm going to get this precept from the brother from South London. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man, and let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged man. So they didn't care what age or what they wanted to destroy all you people, as when they were making your people gator bait, our people gator bait. They were doing all these things to us. All these old people, they were giving them drugs, making them now. Now you don't see a very old Israelite man. If he is, he's probably through, unless he's in this truth. The homosexual robots Esau has it. Yeah, completely. Well, let me finish that. In reverence to widow, they look at what they have did to our women. They're completely destroyed. And then you think they would help them? Now they're cutting off all these. Because Eve really did help Esau eat them with a big way. It was Eve and the serpent. But look what they have did. Now they took away your guys' what is that? Section 8. They took away Section 8. Taking it, lowered your food stamps. They're taking everything they give, so they didn't even really care. And doing slavery, they were raping our women. They were killing them, making them completely doing vile, disgusting stuff to them. This is so the Lord names them. Verse 6: the tabernacle of Edom, Ishmael. So Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, Ishmael, those Arabs. You guys are gonna really pay, because you guys were castrating most of our men when you guys went in that sub-Saharan desert, castrating our men, making us watch your women, which they liked us better. So they you got the sub-Saharan trade slave was so bad that they were just dying in the desert. Most of them didn't make it. They were only keeping the women. Moab is one of the most proudest Let's get on Moab. I hate Moab. I like their women, but their faces, man, they just make me want to punch them in the face. But we're not promoting violence. This is a second Ezra. 15, because Moab really thinks he's going to have, he got next. This is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 46. I'm going to start at 45. And they shall remain under her, so do service unto them that have put her in fear, and though Asia that are partakers of the hope of Babylon. So they were the main buddy of Babylon the Great. Look at America has became even as great as an export nation or import nation, because everything is made in Babylon. So Asia. So they think that they're going to be next, that they have next. And partaking of the hope of Babylon. So now you see, and when you see one of those gooks, you see them wearing ties. They have all this capitalistic ideas. They always want their women to marry Esau, Edom. They do only business with white people. They have partaken. They are really drunk in the wine. So that's why Moab, you about to get it as bad as them. We're not going to be destroyed. You guys don't get mercy, because Esau, Edom is not going to get no mercy. Or the glory of her person. So you guys glory when they were doing good, even if they took your country, as bad as they did, they drunk their people. The Boxing Rebellion, you guys were fighting, and Malachi Zong, or whatever that fucking Luke's name is, he got power because they were drugging. That's what, when you get that heroin, that was that drug, like how the CIA did to so-called black, so-called Latinos. They did that to you guys first in the Boxing Rebellion, by giving you guys almost pretty much free heroin, and got you guys high that you guys can't even fight back your own wars. Then got Congress to get a puppet leader in, and that's who's in charge right now. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her. So you fucking retard, like Moab, you made it like her. You're gonna be treated like Esau. You wanted to be them so bad. Look at their people. They bleach all their skin. They don't even go in the sun. They want to be. They want to have a leprosy so bad. And has decked thy daughters in whoredom. So now they figured out what happens when they do that. So now they're saying that they're not even allowing in Asia men to even watch certain shows because it promotes homosexuality. In the hopes of flocking, that they might please and glory in their lover, which they have always desired to commit whoredom with you. So you guys always, even back in the ancient world, Moab, Esau. Those are the people that were always together. It's like it's crazy, like you guys were saying, Jake won't even nothing.
That's how it is.
This is Amos.
Judgment of Edom. You got it. Ezekiel 35. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set
What verse did you start at?
35th chapter. Ezekiel, the 35th chapter. First verse. Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord, excuse me, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
And where's Mount Seir? That's when they're saying that Edom means hairy. No, that's Shiar. That word that means hairy. But that was a capital in Petra, modern day Petra.
And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee.
So, they said, see, they really think since they haven't got judged or have wicked, they ain't got judged and they can just have everything they want right now. They can just do anything that the Lord is with them. That's clearly saying that the Lord is against you. The Lord always hated you, Esau. He just let you do it because you was his sword.
And I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
You can continue because you got to read all the way down to verse 4. Look at this. I will make thee desolate. This is Micah chapter 1. Malachi. This is Malachi chapter 1. Because why? Because you guys are the wicked. This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 2. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, where hast thou loved us? Was Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yet I have loved Jacob. So the Lord loved Jacob. And this is our people complaining to the Lord. But what? This is what our people do. I have hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So he has made you guys desolate. Whereas Edom said we are impoverished. So you guys, after he destroyed you guys, came that we're impoverished. We will return and build buildings, build the desolate places. So they said we're gonna build it over again. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. So the Lord says, it says forever. It didn't say, we're going to just judge you for a little bit and then we're going to be with you. You're going to cool and you're going to be able to see him everybody. No, he said he was going to have you forever. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Al Shai Brakatah. Shalom, King. My bad. Oh, some precepts. This is Heart of David 144. Shalom, King. Yahweh Shem Al Shai Brakatah. Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 21, Esau and Moab and the children of Ammon. Those are the top 3 of the fucking wicked that the Lord has for them. He's going to be judging you. Because Ham already got his ass with it a long time ago. So you 3, you guys haven't learned because you guys continuously rebelled against the Lord. Have been. Those are the worst gods. well, the Canaan still got the worst gods, but look at Ammon, their gods, Moab, they just copied whatever fucking Esau does.
Yeah, let me finish that. All right, back in Ezekiel 35, the 5th verse. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in their time of calamity.
Perpetual means continuous, always continuous. A perpetual hatred. Even after we just finished that second Esdras, that whatever, I'm just getting it just for education purposes. And then you read it over again.
Right now?
No. After I get it. This is second Esdras, chapter 6, again, verse 19. And will begin to make inquisition of them, and what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. So what have they have hurt? They have destroyed and tried to literally eliminate the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They literally tried to destroy it unrighteously. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. So when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and when the world has vanished and shall begin to vanish away, shall be finished, I will show these tokens in the book. Slakia. Oh, it's in 15. Slakia. Behold, God, I will call together all the kings, this is verse 20, of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising sun, and from the south, and from the east, and from liveliness, and to turn themselves one against another, to repay the things that they have done to them.
Okay, continuing back in Ezekiel 35 and 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
So if you're wondering why you guys are going to be eliminated off the planet and the Lord is going to continuously judge you, it's because you guys had a perpetual hatred for the apple of his eye. You guys continuously judge our people unrighteously. Our people needed it, but what you guys did, you guys were raping us, doing fucking just taking our organs to make you guys live along each other, just doing weird shit, drinking the blood so you can live. Like, come on, man. Like that's just unrighteous.
By the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
So when it ended, when slavery ended and all that stuff, you guys still killing us, finding your guys yourself not guilty. How many of those black inventions that were stolen? How many like Rosemead, Black Wall Street, all these cities that you guys literally destroyed, killed everyone, and then the people that didn't die, when they would try to get their money out of the bank after coming out all their belongings, you guys, the bank would say, "Oh, we don't have your money anymore. It don't belong to you."
Yeah. Continue with 6. Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
So whose blood is going to be on the Yahweh Shai's garment? Because he's coming from Basra, and then that's spiritually. I think other heathen are in Basra right now. That's border or something like that. But that's talking about Babylon the Great. I wonder what it's called.
I'll call him back.
Yeah, like you guys continuously kill. So since you guys love battle, you guys are conquerors and doing all these things, we'll see who you can go to, the real man of the war, the real person, the real conqueror, the conqueror of the universe, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh Shai, you think he was all peace? He's a man of, he is just like his father. He's a man of war.
Yeah. What's the next? Verse 7 says, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth.
So at the end, after you guys go into slavery, you guys Well, because this is their end, Esau, Edom. But I'm going to get. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. So the southern and the northern kingdom. So there shall be. So the Lord said he was going to come with the spirit of his mouth. The Lord's coming, he's bringing fire. That's these words and these thermonuclear missiles. Look it. You guys say words don't hurt, but these scriptures is cutting your guys up, and you guys completely changed your entire economy. You completely changed the entire YouTube channel. You can't even do certain things. Completely changed freaking how people can speak, how can everything. And you guys completely, because of fear. And the house of Edom shall be stubble. And stubble is that thing that you're starting a fire. It's that thing that you use that you start that little thing that you see them blowing in.
Amber. Amber.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And they shall kindle them and devour them, and there shall not be any remainder of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken. The Lord has spoken this, and the Lord's voice does not come out void. Let's see if the Lord speaks. He's not a man that he shall lie. This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth, and it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please it. So the Lord said, he just said, and he spoke it, and it's going to come. So he said it was going to happen to you. So you can't beat it. You can't. And you think Yahushua is not with it? He's the spirit of prophecy. Let me get this precept. The brother from the UK. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 19. For he shall rent them and cast them down headlong, that they shall be speechless, and he shall shake them from the foundations. So there's nothing you guys can be able to say. That every single one of you guys is going to be destroyed, and they shall be utterly laid waste, and be in sorrow, and they shall perish. So everything about you guys, from the bottom to the top of Esau, Edom, is going to be destroyed. It's going to be burned. There's nothing you guys can do. And that's what the Lord spoke. And he said, but it shall accomplish that what I please, and it shall prosper in the things whereto I send it. So the Lord said it, and they're going to be completely destroyed, completely eradicated. And it's not because you guys were innocent either. But the Lord made you do that. This is Amos chapter 1. Verse 11. So I'm going to start up. For 6. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of God. For 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4 I will not return the punishment thereof. I believe those are the Hamites, not sure. One of the Hamites. And because they carried away captivity, the whole captivity, and delivered them unto Edom. That's either Ishmael or something. That was sell. They sold them for muskets. Sold a woman to a man for a harlot, a boy for a harlot, and then they did it for like muskets, guns, and things. I believe that. And they carried it to the captivity of Edom, and I will set fire upon Gaza, which shall devour the places thereof. And I will cut off the inhabitants of Ashdod. That's the people in the land right now. And the scepter of Ashdod, I will turn my head against Ekron, and out of the remnant of the Philistines shall I perish, and they shall Lord thy God. So these are all the different nations. They all had a part of it. So the Philistines, which is also Canaanites, which is the Hamites, they helped put us in slavery too. And that's destroyed. And they have been an enemy from Israel from the inception of we being in the land of Canaan all the way to now. And those Hamites hate you now. When you guys, those consonants people say that we fucking are African, and they hate you. You guys you're against the Lord. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyre, and for 4 I will turn away, perish them, and because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remember the brotherly, and didn't remember the brotherly covenant, but I will send fire upon their walls, Tyre, and I shall devour the places thereof. This is the Lord is naming off the people that he's fought. You guys didn't do it once, you guys continuously do it. You know, Tyre, they helped once, but most of the time they were enemies. So that's what. But I will, thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will turn away the punishment thereof. And because he did pursue his brother with the sword, with his weapons, killing us, doing all that stuff, he did cast away all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. That's why. So what's happening? This is a promise. This is a promise the Lord has put forth. This is second Peter chapter 3, verse 9. So the Lord said he was going to make inquisition, and so a judicial investigation. And he's seen that this place is going to shit. He's seen what you heathen have did to his people, the apple of his eye, so he's going to judge you. And that was a promise. He also made a promise to Israel. So let's 2 Peter chapter 3. We're going to get the promise first. But he made to his son. Because ultimately, even if you guys didn't do it, the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. And he made a promise. So this is Psalms, 2nd chapter. We want to the 2nd chapter. I'm going to start at the top. The point is 7. No, in 8. This is Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? So now they made this tumult, this council, this crafty council against the people. They have teamed up together, and then now the Lord is making you guys, where I'm getting in Joel, the 2nd chapter, he's going to make you guys fight against each other. So this is a vain thing. You guys, you're going against the person that is controlling the way you even breathe. He can snap with a finger and you'll be dead. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together. They took counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, look at, they are all counsel, and hey, we can take down these people, let them cut them off and be a nation. Let's do all these things. Let's fly the nigger woman to fucking Dubai and shit on them. Let's call these people niggas, spits, and Native Americans. Let's have them fight against each other. Let's put them in jail. Let's do all this stuff. You guys did that. Let's break their bands asunder and cast off the cords from us. You know, that sitteth in the heaven. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. So he just made an inquisition. So now he's laughing like, really? You guys know I'm watching you. That's what he said. You guys forgot that the Lord eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He's watching you guys. He sees what you are doing. So I don't understand. Like some people just think, what was them that I'm gonna get it. What was them that think to hide their counsel in darkness? It's in Isaiah. Thinking, who seeth us? Yeah. You know what that is? You can look it up on the phone. Yeah, that's what it is. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek to hide their counsel from the Lord in their works or in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Like the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He's making you do what you're doing. Like, I don't understand why you don't understand that. You know, you guys are just fucking it. Water Yahweh Shema Shah for giving us that the eyesight to be able to understand. So we be looking foolish out here. But they think us foolish. Continue. And he sit up in the heavens, and he shall laugh, and the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them his wrath, and vex them in the sore displeasure. Yet I set my kings upon the holy hill of Zion. That's what the Lord's son did. I declare a decree. We just read. What he speaks come out void? The Lord has said to me, thou art my son, and this is talking to Yahweh Shai, that is son, but are we joint heirs? We are partakers of his suffering. We are joint heirs. So, Yahweh Shai, yeah. This day I have begotten thee, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for the inheritance. So, there was the promise. Ask of me, and the Lord wants you guys as an inheritance. You are the Lord's property. By and by, you are the nation of Israel's property. The Lord, the Lord is a generous, humble king. Allah Yahweh Shema Shai. That's Yahweh Shai, our king. And the uttermost parts of the earth are thy possession. So the Lord wants his land. Yahweh Shai wants his land. So that's the promise the Lord said. And I'm gonna finish it. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like the potter's vessel. If you go in that song and Isaiah, they're saying we turn a pot, it's turning it upside down. That same right there. He said we're gonna break them as a potter's vessel, a rod of iron. So you guys think you're gonna be able to do that? No. So back in Peter, the 3rd chapter. I'm going to start at 4. And said, where is the promise of his coming? Verse 6, the fathers fell asleep. This is what the scoffers say, the ones that are paid. Because in the last days, it should be scoffers. And where is the promise of his coming? The Lord said he promised that he was coming. He was going to do all these things. So they have our wicked of our people, which is, those are wicked niggas. And this is what they come and scoff like, been waiting all this time. They said we don't have the kingdom, we don't have all this stuff, we don't have it. Where is this coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue. They were from the beginning of their creation. Just in Ezekiel the 13th chapter, listen, back in the day of all these niggas always thinking that there's probably like nothing's going to happen, there's going to be peace. It should already have happened. But it's not. Continue from the beginning of creation. For this they willing are ignorant of, that by the word of God, the heavens were old, and the earth standing out the water and in water. Because, we came from the seas, but that's another topic. It's like second Ezra, the 13, 14, and then Genesis, the 1st chapter. And whereby the world that they was, being overflowed with water, perished, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word and kept in stores, reserved fire against the day of judgment and perdition of the ungodly men. So it's just reserved. It's just for a time that has been coming. The heaven and earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store. Reserved to the fire against the day of judgment. Because the Lord wants them to, their what's it called? Judgments to be up to the skies. With all their wickedness they have did. And the perdition of the ungodly men. But beloved, be not ignorant of one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000. So people say, when is he coming? It's because you're impatient. You know, that's why the Lord said this is the patience of the saint. This is the suffering. But because the Lord is not just one day to the Lord is 1,000 years. You have to be patient. So that's what the heathen, let me grab it. That's what the wicked do. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because a sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men are fully set in them to do evil. So it says since it's not happening, they don't understand that one day to the Lord is 1,000 years. So it only been like 2,000 and some seconds, and you still like still saying, oh well, he hasn't come yet, so we can just do as much wickedness as possible. And since it's not executed right away, then you guys think your wickedness continuously increases. I don't know if the common board probably just stopped. And 1,000 years as a day. So that's what the Lord. But the Lord said, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. He is not slack. He is not tarry. No, it tarry, not. You know where that is? You can get it. No, it's not. This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 35. Cast not away from, therefore, your confidence, which is a great recompense of war. For we have needed patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise. So what the promise is not, we're going to continue. The promise is being joint heirs of being an eternal life. For yet a little while, he that shall come will come and will not tarry. Then the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall not have no pleasure in him. So it's coming. So stop being impatient. No drawing back. This is verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but as long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. That's why he's waiting for the people to come repentance. Some people are fucking up. Some people have to go through a journey and all that stuff. Some people are reserved for Kalaya. Some people have to go through a journey that has to, they get them right. You know, some people are not ready. Some people are. But that's why the Lord is making these judgments, because when he puts forth these plagues, it's for a scourge of a moment. A scourge for a minute. You know, it's like, it's not about, it's the time and all that stuff. But once you do, you gotta be in it. You gotta continuously grow. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. So you won't know when it's coming. So make sure those that are working have confidence that come that are working. Going to them. I don't know. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in that which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, that the earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought to be in holy conversation and godliness? Are you going to be a carnal, fighting, doing dumb shit, doing all that stuff, smoking weed? No, you're going to try to be as perfect for the Lord, doing his work as much as possible. Let's get this. This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 5. And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the idolaters, and the false swearers, and against those that oppress the hirelings, and in wages, and widows, and fatherless, and turn aside the stranger from the right, and fear not me, said the Lord of hosts. The Lord is coming to meet swift judgment to all these things and of people. So you don't have to worry about it. So Esau, Edom, all the wickedness they do, the Lord is coming to bring judgment upon it. I know this is qualified. This is talking about something else, but the 10th verse is just good in Jeremiah the 46th chapter. This is Jeremiah. The whole chapter is talking into something else, judgment of Egypt back in the day when they were trying to go against it. But there's nothing new under the sun, and this judgment is pretty good. This is Jeremiah chapter 46, verse 10. For this is the day of the Lord God of hosts, a day of vengeance that may avenge him of his adversaries, and the sword shall devour, and it shall be sensational, made drunk, that their blood for the Lord of God of hosts have a sacrifice in the north country by the river of Euphrates. So we can equate that to this is also spiritual Egypt to Egypt now. Like one more. I'm gonna end off with this. Yeah, I'm about to end off with this. This is Job chapter 21, verse 17. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft come their destruction upon them? God distributes sorrow in his anger. They are stubble before the wind, and as chaff in the storm carried away. God laid up his iniquity for his children, and he awarded him, and he knew, and he shall know it. And his eyes shall see the destruction. He said, only your eyes shall see the judgment of the wicked, you know? Only your eyes. And so we don't see it, his children. And he shall know it. And his eyes shall see the destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty Yahweh by Hashem Shai. So with that, or actually one more verse. For what pleasure have his house after him if the number of months is cut off in the midst of it? So with that, so if Israel was gone, that's the Lord's house. What pleasure it has to. With that, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Radas, Wada Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Radas, and Shalom. Shalom, kids.